So a couple of things. One is there was an opportunity here to run an auto campaign for the bath pillows. That's these things here. So I was running manual campaigns for these and found out they were not getting any traction, and I found out why after I set up the auto campaigns. So I've not run an auto campaign for at least a year, so I thought I'd try an experiment. I was listening to an interview on a Helium 10 podcast, and they said you should set up 4 PPC auto campaigns, one for each targeting group, and that way you can have better control of the auto campaign PPC spend. Thought made perfect sense to me. Test, measure, scale. We could control the 4 aspects of the auto campaign and have 4 levers rather than 1, because in an auto campaign, it's really difficult to control things. If you've just got one campaign, you've got bid price, budget, maybe negative keywords, and that's about it. But those targeting groups confused me before. I never spent much time looking at it. They only just come in at the time I was setting up the last one, so it's a good opportunity to see how it works. Remember, auto campaigns are effective but inefficient. You're going to get sales, but they're expensive and difficult to optimize. So we ran these, and we've got 4 automatic targeting groups. So close match. So this is keywords and products that are closely linked. So in this case, it's bath pillows, bath pillow terms. Substitute, this is product targeting. So other bath pillows. Loose match, it's combinations of words that are on your listing. So gifts, bathroom, women, we'll have some examples. And complements are basically frequently bought with. So in this case, we've got shampoo and bath trays. So with the auto campaign, we set up 4 campaigns with 1 campaign for each targeting group. So let's see what things we found out from it. Okay, this is the close match. So this is things that are closely related to it. You can see here we've got a bathtub pillow, a bath pillow, bath pillows for tubs. We've got this Amaze fan, so we've got a bit of product targeting there. And we've sorted this by value, by the spend. So neck pillow, bath neck, bath pillows neck, pillow for neck pain, etc. So we've got, from this 1 sale for bath pillow for neck pain relief. Okay. The interesting thing about this was the price per click. Now, you remember from last week or the week before, we discussed these products, and the bath pillow was an interesting one because the market was massive. It was a really, really big market, and it's obviously quite competitive. So it's going to be interesting dealing with basically $2 a click to get these sales. So it will be interesting how we looked at it. When I set my manual campaigns, I was setting the budgets way too low. That's the first thing we found out. The daily budget in this was about $10 each. So we're just getting data. They basically ran out pretty quickly. So it was $40 all up for this. And we just ran $10 for each campaign. And then I'll explain what we did in a second on these. So I didn't actually care whether they ran out. It was just really just a bit of an experiment and see how this all works. And we're only running this for actually 6 days, so it's only been 6-day effect. So you can see here, this is substitutes. Okay, we've got bath pillow, bath overflow tap, bath pillow, a bath bed, bath pillow, jet spa, bath pillow, some hair clips, another bath spa thing. So we can see here we've got substitutes. They're all pretty bathy things. Bath pillow is a lot. We're getting some sales in relation to Amaze fan and that. So that was there as well before. If we wanted to go deeper into that, we might potentially target that one. But what we don't know is what is the effect of when you've got a substitute? Does that, if you get sales in the substitute, does that just get you sales or does it get your rankings? And that's what we don't know, whether the substitutes actually flow through to some ranking juice or are they just left as sales? Don't know on this one. So probably a test for another day. Okay, loose match. So these are things that are, here we've spent $77 here. So we've got gifts for her, gift boxes, relaxation gifts for mums, moms, gift ideals for women, bath accessories, shower chair, whirlpool for tub, body pillows for shower stuff, adult chairs, shower. So there was a little bit here in this. We weren't spending as much money in this area, but little bits and pieces. But really, going for the gift market or bath accessories, probably a worthwhile keyword term to look for. But looking for gifts markets and things like that, that's a different strategy again. That's okay. Let's get the whole thing up and running and seeing how it works rather than and getting sales flowing in, and then later on you can start running Mother's Day gifts. It requires a lot more money. Okay, and compliments, which didn't know what turned up in compliments, but we've got a bath overflow, we've got like a tray for your bathtub, another tray for your bathtub, we've got some bubble bath, another tray, an incontinence pad, I suppose that's like a bath, bedhead resurrection shampoo, and we've got some more bubble bath. So whole bunch of random products. Is any of these going to help out? As soon as I started seeing what was in these, went, oh, okay, let's reduce that budget to $1. You could probably almost turn that off. By the time we started, this took a while before we got any data in it. So I only just really saw this at the end of a week. Over a week, 6 days, we've spent $10 in total. So it was only the last couple of days we started to get some data on this one. So a couple of other interesting things here. Top of search, 954 impressions. Product pages, 18,000 impressions. Rest of search, 6,000 impressions. Now, this top of search is, the formula is, if you want to get to here, it's more than just the highest bid. That top of search is actually a valuable piece of real estate. That piece of real estate would be expected to generate X dollars per day. And to stay at the top of search, you have to actually get clicks. You can't just squat on it. So the top sellers are probably getting this place cheaper than you're able to. But you can see how much, if you looked at the spend there, $99, we've got $20, $30 at top of search. It's generated one sale for this particular, this is on the close match thing. Product pages, kind of well, and then rest of search, $47. Basically, that's because a lot of stuff was in rest of search because it was so expensive anyway. Okay, so again, we're only doing our bidding strategy down only because we want control over it. Okay, so let's look at the effect of auto campaign on the rankings. So we ran this for 6 days. So what I did was so when I set up my campaigns, one of the first things as soon as I get the words for my campaigns, I'm dropping those words into Helium 10 keyword tracker. So we've got So as soon as the campaign starts, dropping it into Helium 10 keyword tracker, and that's going to track where we're sitting in organic rankings and sponsored rank, but I don't look at that as much, but organic rankings for all those keywords. So that's what we've done here, and that's where we get these numbers from, okay? And I've sorted this by search volume as well. So we started running these campaigns on the 21st of July, and we've been running it for 6 days. So we got 16 sales in total, 3 from organic, 8 from PPC keywords, and 5 from PPC products. The keywords we got from sales were, from the close match, it was back pillow for neck pain relief. I don't think we've even sorted that one. We got bath accessories, bubble bath for adults, husband pillow, tub pillow for back and head. So we've got a couple of ones in there. Yeah, none of these really ended up with a tub pillow for back and head. Yeah, okay. So there we were. So we got, oops, let me just go back. So we got 1 sale for this one here, and it bumped up our rankings from 71 to 20. So we ranked, well, in this case, we're tracking 59 keywords that were recovered from the previous PPC campaigns. And so overall, the rankings improved for just 1 week from 139 to 99 overall. So you can see here, we're not really, there's nothing real special in here in terms of our rankings, especially on these bigger keyword terms. So it increased to 40 spots. What I then did is, well, okay, that doesn't really make sense, because if we're increasing over these smaller keyword terms, yeah, it's not as much value as increasing on this. I mean, by the way, 63 is not really going to get any sales anyway. So if you're ranked, you really got to be ranked in the first 20, 24 that have even thought about getting sales. So what we did is created an index based on search volume, and we said, okay, after 1 week, rankings increased from PPC 8%, and we didn't even have that many sales. When we had 16 sales from this auto campaign. Yeah, in terms of auto campaigns, I thought it was pretty ordinary in terms of a week. I would have hoped for a lot more sales than that, given what we spent. But we did run out of budget pretty early. So is the effect of the auto campaign on rankings? Well, we only ran it for really 6 days. It did increase without a doubt, but does it need to increase more? And having a look at whether we should be saying, okay, let's look, you know, could we run a substitutes and run that on a tight group to see how that affects rankings? Don't know on that one. Very tricky to search. We've got a couple of other products we could probably test that on. Okay, so auto campaigns provide data, but as you can, but they cast a really wide net, so it can be expensive. And by splitting the auto campaigns into the 4 targeting groups, you control the cost by reducing bids and budgets for those targeted groups that are not responding. So basically, I reduce the budgets on complements, substitutes, and loose match on Sunday, and put their budget into close match. So we could just collect a bit more data over the next few days. It did result in more sales because those other campaigns, close match was generating sales, the other ones weren't really. So in the beginning, we want to have a tight focus on what we're bidding on. So aim is to use PPC to increase our organic rankings. Now, on that basis, we wouldn't be using a loose match terribly much. But later on, we could be using loose match campaign to really find other keywords that might be worth while targeting. Now, okay, Oh, we're getting some sales for gifts for women. Fantastic. Mother's Day gifts, those types of things. So we can start to see some more general keyword terms that we could target along the way, or using substitutes to find other product ideas. So what we're going to use now is the data from the auto campaigns and the previous campaigns to set up the manual campaigns. Basically turned off the auto campaigns now, just to focus on the manuals. We ran the experiment of running the 4 auto campaigns, very valid experiment. Auto campaign, 8% increase in rankings, sales mainly from product targeting rather than keyword, but given the increase in rankings and the low number of sales, I suspect that product targeting does have an influence on rankings, but we'll need to test that some more.